Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relaks Radio, and I am super excited to be here, all right, because we're having a very important and interesting conversation, I might add, with regard to the very latest, with regard to everything that is happening about everything that is happening around the world, right now we're going to be talking about the latest developments with regard to COVID-19, what exactly is happening, what is the update. Now we're going to be talking about all of that, so make sure to stay tuned because I am here to share all of my thoughts and opinions with you, but also because I want to hear your thoughts and opinions as well, all right? So don't forget to be shy. Don't forget to actually text me and call me on 07852473473. So don't be shy. Go ahead, feel free to text me or call me because I would love to hear everything that you have to say. Okay, and also while you're at it, don't forget to go like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also to download or rather to subscribe to us on our YouTube, because that way you can actually make sure that you're always informed and you're updated about everything that we're talking about. Okay, now something else that you can obviously do is to download our app, because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, which means that regardless of where you are in the world, you can actually listen into the conversation. Okay, and you can share your thoughts, you can share your opinions, and let us know what you're thinking with regard to all of these things that are happening. All right, so don't forget to actually do that. And now let's actually head into our conversation, because we're going to be talking about the latest developments with regard to COVID-19. Okay, now the NHS is actually planning to start vaccinating children between the ages of 12 to 15, or basically 12 and above. And this is essentially because now that schools are going to start, children are going to start going back to school and whatnot. They need to make sure that these children are as safe as possible, right? Now NHS England has been told to actually prepare to administer COVID vaccinations to all children who are aged 12 and upwards, and this is because vaccine advisors are continuing to consider whether to extend the program, right? And this planned extension to the vaccination program would actually coincide with the start of the new school year. Okay, and NHS trusts have actually been told to have plans prepared by 4 p.m. on Friday, 4 p.m. today, which is Friday, obviously, and that way they can actually make sure what they're going to do with it, and if they're going to go ahead and give the green light for them to go ahead with the COVID-19 vaccination program. Okay, now children who are aged 12 and 15, who are between the ages of 12 and 15 in the United Kingdom, are currently offered coronavirus vaccines only if they live with someone who is vulnerable, or they have these specific health conditions that actually make them very vulnerable to the disease. All right, so to make sure, in an attempt to actually make sure that these children are much safer, that is why they're actually going ahead and making sure that if the JCVI actually approves it, that they go ahead and vaccinate the children who are between the ages of 12 to 15 in the United Kingdom. Okay, now even though here in the United Kingdom we're still offering them, or rather we're going to offer this to them right now, in countries like the United States, in countries like Germany, in countries like Israel, this has already happened. All right, these kids have already been vaccinated, and there have been very rare cases of something called myocarditis and pericarditis, but that is very rare, right? And this is from the mRNA vaccines, such as those made by Moderna and Pfizer. So basically that is the very latest with regard to vaccination of 12 to 15-year-olds. Okay, now to very quickly talk about the vaccination, or rather very quickly talk about Pakistan and Turkey, because these two countries are in fact now going to be, they're going to be taken off the red list, right? It possibly could be removed off the red list. Okay, now basically the very latest on this actually is that Turkey actually has said that it expects that they say that they are expecting to be removed off the UK's travel red list within within days, right? So we have this whole traffic light system here in the United Kingdom with regard to traveling, and Turkey is actually expecting that they're going to be removed off this list when the government finally changes these traffic lists, or they update these traffic lists for the last time for summer. Okay, now changes are actually due to be signed. Changes were actually due to be signed off Thursday, and there's also pressure for restrictions to be eased on passengers who are arriving from Pakistan. All right. Now, basically, what this would mean is that Turkey and Pakistan would potentially go to, they would potentially go to the amber list, which means that you can basically come to the United Kingdom from Pakistan and Turkey, but you need to make sure that your PCR test comes back negative. All right. You need to be tested negative before you start traveling, right? And some will have to, and some will basically have to isolate at home for up to 10 days, while those are fully vaccinated in the UK, Europe, or US with a drug approved by their respective regulators could actually skip quarantine altogether, right? Now, Turkey's embassy in London specifically said that, the latest scientific data actually supports our expectation that the country will be removed from the red list at the upcoming review. Okay, and it also said case numbers in Turkey were decreasing, and they were in fact much, much lower than the United Kingdom, with the 7-day average in Turkey standing at about 232.46 cases per 100,000 people, whereas here in the UK it's 464.76 in the United Kingdom. All right, now make sure to stay tuned because we're actually going to head into a small break, and after that we will be back to discuss this further. But until then, make sure you stay tuned because we're going to be heading into a very, very small break right.
Are you looking to achieve the most relevant qualification to kickstart your career? Then reward yourself with the best globally recognized professional business qualification, CIMA. Irrespective of the field you aspire to succeed in, a CIMA qualification can add immense value to your resume and professional life. Succeed in your CIMA journey with supportive tuition provided by qualified lecturers and resources. Nanaska is the leading registered CIMA tuition provider in Sri Lanka with over a decade in the industry and hundreds of success stories. With qualified and certified tutors, Nanaska now provides easy access 100% virtual classes so that you could succeed at your exams and in life right from the comfort of your home. At Nanaska, it's not just about a qualification. We help you think out of the box and build a personality. Exciting offers also await students overseas. Enroll now. Call +94 77 499 7338 or visit www.nanaska.com. Commence your CIMA journey at Nanaska and become a globally recognized leader. Nanaska, smile with results.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relaks Radio, and I am super excited to be here because we're having this very important and interesting conversation, I might add, with regard to the very latest developments here in the United Kingdom with regard to COVID-19. Right now, we spoke about the vaccines for children who are between the ages of 12 to 15 and how Pakistan and Turkey might actually move from the red list to the amber list. Now, make sure to stay tuned because we're going to be talking about so much more as well. But before we head into that conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can in fact be a part of this show. All right, all you need to do is just text me or call me on 078-52473473. It's very simple. Just call me, text me, let me know what you're thinking because I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. Okay, and obviously, something else that you can actually do is to go like us on Facebook. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well because that's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, and obviously, something else that you can do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel because that way you can actually make sure that you're always informed and you're always updated and making sure that you know the very latest that happens in the world. Okay, so don't forget to download the app. Don't forget to like us on our socials, and also don't forget to text me or call me on 078-52473473. Okay, and now I need to very quickly talk to you about how business leaders are calling for the relaxation of visa rules, and this is obviously with regard to the present situation. All right, and what I mean when I say that is first we had Brexit, right, and now we have COVID, and basically industries in all these food firms, all these other industries that basically got help from EU workers have had to let their EU workers go simply because of the post-Brexit immigration rules, right? Which means that there has been a shortage of labor, there has been a supply shortage, and if we don't really deal with it right now, that could possibly lead to the worst supply chain crisis since the 1970s, and that could possibly cancel Christmas here in the United Kingdom as well. Now, look, I know y'all don't want to cancel Christmas because the last time Christmas got canceled, no one was happy about that, right? People were actually quite annoyed and angry at Boris Johnson for canceling Christmas like that, and no one wants to go through that this year as well. So if we don't actually, so these business leaders and company owners are actually urging the government, telling the leaders that, look, you know what, if you don't give back our workers, we're probably going to, you're probably going to have a lot of issues this Christmas. Okay. And the truth of the matter is, if anything, the UK government has been saying, look, you know what, you can just get British citizens to do their jobs, because British citizens are hardworking as well, right? However, the truth is, a lot of these countries, a lot of these workers from EU countries like Romania, Albania, whatever it is, or rather, basically all of these countries, right? They basically stated that when it came to some of these workers, or rather Romanian and Bulgarian workers in the United Kingdom would actually fill typically lower paid logistics and production roles, right? Now, this is not something that UK citizens are willing to fill. So in instances like that, if you're not going to have UK citizens might be hardworking, but they might not want to come work in this job. So in instances like that, what are you going to possibly do, right? And that is what the conversation is about. Now, make sure to stay tuned, because I will be back to talk about this in a few minutes. And obviously, I will be back to talk about, the supply chain crisis as well.